My name is Maslina. I'm a master's student in early childhood education. Today, I'll be presenting on a case study to fulfill the requirement for course on home, school and community partnership in early childhood education and care for semester September 2019. So, I'll start with the content of my presentations today. First, I'll talk about the introduction. I'll introduce Zaira's family, the child of my case study. Then I'll talk about theoretical analysis of child, family, school relationships and the adaptations by the family and parents, followed by adaptations by school and teachers, the benefit of teacher-parent cooperation, and finally I'll discuss on emotional responses of parents and teachers which create barriers to the child's development. So let's meet Zaira and her family. So this is Zaira. She is 6 years old, her mother 35 years old, and her sister Zafira 4 years old. She was diagnosed autistic spectrum disorder at the age of 4 years old. Her parents divorced when she was 4 years old. Subsequently, she stays with her mother, younger sister, grandfather and grandmother. Both her grandparents are pensioners. Her grandfather was used to work in oil and gas company, and her grandmother was a former school teacher. So currently her mother works as a freelance wellness advocate for an essential oils product. Her mother described Zaira as a difficult child with irregular moods and had a hard time adjusting to making transitions when she met new people, new environment or new situations. She loves English very much. She spoke English at home. She loves puzzles, balancing, minimal coloring, and she's able to read, able to follow simple instruction, able to make friends at school and playground. She is though a picky eater. However, she's still improving on her fine motor skills, and she still had emotional imbalance and at the same time improving communication skill. She had sensory issue whereby she is oversensitive to loud sound from microphone. Thus, at school she will be excused from school assembly. On daily living skills, she's able to shower herself, putting her own clothes and eat on her own. However, she still needed help on going to toilet. The reason I chose Zaira as my case study is due to the complexity of her case, whereby she is a child with special need. She lives with her mother, who is a single parent, with support from extended family, which is her grandparents, and also her mother had to deal with financial difficulties following her divorce. So let's talk about a bit her grandparents. As I mentioned earlier, her grandparents are both pensioners, and her father works in other state, and she rarely came to visit Zaira. Her mother, after the divorce, her mother joined a nearby university to work, to support them financially. So as of school, at the age of 4 to 5 years old, Zaira attended a special need preschool run by NASOM. So this is actually immediately after she was diagnosed of autistic spectrum disorder. So her mother enrolled her into this special need preschool in order to help her to develop in her communication skill, cognitive skills, and emotional and social-emotional skills. So this year, at the age of 6 years old, she was enrolled into an integrated primary school for special needs children. So there are only 7 children in her classroom. So let's talk about theoretical analysis of child-family-school relationships in this case. So Zaira's microsystem, which consists of the face-to-face settings in which she was involved since her birth, such as her immediate family members, which includes her mother, father, younger sister, grandparents, the school on early childhood setting that she enrolled in, the doctors and the therapists that she visited. Her mother realized that she needs to be more involved in Zaira's early education, so therefore she sacrificed by quitting her job. This is due to, despite sending Zaira to a special needs center, whereby Zaira will receive full attention from her teacher, the inability of her working mother to spend more time with Zaira at home and during the weekend had made the effort at school become meaningless. So after she quit her job, she spent more time with Zaira, practicing the skills that she learned from Zaira's speech therapist at home. So with a consistency of help at home, Zaira's language and communication skills has shown much improvement. So as a coping mechanism, her mother also implemented positive behavior support, which she learned from Zaira's psychologist, in order to identify the triggers of Zaira's tantrum and meltdown. Thus, this equipped herself with the strategies on how to handle Zaira's disruptive behavior, which dampened her ability to learn new skills, for example, reading, either at school or at home environment. So according to Hastings, for parents to become competent and effective in their parenting, professional support and services must assist them to feel a greater sense of a personal control over their child through teaching, training and further information. He further recommended various parenting approaches and coping strategies to be taught to parents, including opportunities to promote family cohesiveness and cooperation through parental support groups and respite parents. So in Zaira's ecosystem, which refers to the setting in which she is not directly involved but nonetheless affect Zaira and are affected by the child. For example, the examples would be parents, workplace, social welfare services and legal services. So Zaira may not directly participate in her mother's workplace, yet she had influenced her mother's decisions about quitting her job and feel the effects of changes in her mother's income, whereby she was unable to bring her further to see child psychologists due to financial constraint, despite knowing the sessions was actually beneficial for coping with Zaira's meltdown and disruptive behavior. So let's talk about Zaira's macro system. This refers to broader societal or cultural contexts that have impact across all the other systems. An example in this case whereby at the initial stage of separation from Zaira's father, Madame Farah, Zaira's mother, did not receive enough emotional support from her parents that she badly needed at that time. She expressed her concerns over violent agreements between herself and her husband on a regular basis. So as you know, in the Malay culture, the females are supposed to be submissive to their husband and any disagreement should be settled within the family. Asking for a divorce is like a taboo in the culture. So therefore, her parents objected the idea of her getting a divorce. So how does these agreements between Zaira's mother and Zaira's father affect Zaira's development? At that time, Zaira showed more disruptive behavior, frequent tantrum, and have difficulty to sleep at night. So on Zaira's chronosystem, which on the context of an individual's development over time can be seen, for example, in changing parenting approaches to behavior management of Madame Farah according to the age of Zaira, which is already 6 years old, and her 2-year-old younger sister. So according to Bronfenbrenner theory, he recognizes the timing of these adjustments and the relative age and station of the child during these periods, including the impact of these changes on the developing child. Now I'll talk about the adaptations by Zaira's family and parents. So parental engagement in early childhood education is very important. For example, in this case, upon realizing of not much improvement in Zaira's developmental well-being in terms of her cognitive, socio-emotional and linguistic skills, despite sending her to a center for special needs children and also Montessori classes twice per week in the afternoon, Madame Farah quit her job and spent more time with Zaira in the afternoon at home to have a direct parent-teaching activities with Zaira. She had more opportunities to focus on Zaira since her younger sister will spend the whole day at a daycare center. The family also adapted by providing a nurturing and positive home environment. Following the divorce of Madame Farah, subsequently her parents comes into terms and started giving enough moral and emotional support to Madame Farah. So this provides a nurturing and a positive home environment, which is very important in Zaira's developmental well-being. As much as possible, Madame Farah tried to fulfill her role as a functioning guardian to Zaira by ensuring Zaira received optimal support in her education. So now I'll talk about the adaptation by school and the teachers. There is a multi-dimensional nature involves relationship between the families and the school, and it is important in order to understand how the school-family partnership function. So this multi-dimensional nature involves communications, parenting, learning at home, volunteering, decision-making, and collaborating with the community. For example, reminding parents. For example, now I'll talk about the open communication, which is very important between teachers and parents to foster a deeper understanding of the overall well-being of an individual child. For example, reminding parents of the themes explored in the class that week so parents are aware and will find opportunities to reinforce the learning on that themes at homes as well. So the class teacher also provides parenting support by offering ideas on the strategies to deal with Zaira's disruptive behavior if it occurs at home. The teacher also teaches the parents by promoting learning at home. Parents have decision-making capacities in terms of their child's own progress. For example, when Zaira started enrolled in the school this year, the first 2 months she had a maladjustment period whereby she had frequent episodes of tantrum and also meltdowns. She also had difficulty in sleeping at home. She fight a lot with her little sister at home. So finally, Madame Farah discussed with her class teacher, and they found out the reason of Zaira's disruptive behavior is because of she couldn't tolerate one of her classmates. So therefore, they decided to change Zaira into another class. So after she moved to another class, Zaira's behavior has improved a lot, and subsequently she managed to catch up on her communication skills on her academic. So the school physical environment is also welcoming to the children. In her case, because it is a school for special needs children, so for any children who are overwhelmed in the class, who couldn't sit in the class, they are allowed to go sensory room where they are away from the environment whereby they are overwhelmed of. So now I'll talk about the benefits of teacher-parent cooperations. Better parent involvement in activities, like in the case of Zaira, promotes the educational process of their children in order to promote their academic and social well-being. So such participation is associated with child language, self-help, social, motor, adaptive, and basic school skills. It also enhances parents' cognitions about preschool's education, which shall promote increased interaction between parents and also children. A combined home and school environment may create a fuller understanding of a particular student. So the benefit of homeschool relationships experienced by the parents in early childhood education is also very important, as it sets the stage for future involvement in future school setting. So now I'll discuss on emotional response of parents and teachers, which create barriers to the child's development. Motivational beliefs of parents are determined by parents' attitudes and beliefs about their role as a parent in fostering their child's success, and their belief that they are capable of helping their child achieve at school. So for example, parents of low socio-economic status or parents of limited educational background may lack of confidence or interest to interact with their teachers. Therefore, the school educators are responsible to show their sensitivity by ensuring the children are afforded to a quality care and scheduling parent meeting or events conclusive to parents' schedule, and being flexible around program policies. Open communication is a major cornerstone of any relationship to be successful. So teaching staff shall equip themselves in the areas of understanding, relationship development, developing shared goals for the child, working with children in family context, coherent and integrative work with parents, and the ability to work in high stress situations. Personal life context also plays a major role as well for parental involvement in home-school relationships. The personal life context of parents from low socio-economic status may present as a barrier in their involvement in school. For example, parents with limited educational background might have difficulties to help their children with school projects or homework. So let's conclude my presentation. As a conclusion, understanding the needs of the child as an individual had made it possible to offer appropriate adaptation in the family unit, school environment, and the community. These adaptations are important to ensure the child can achieve her fullest potential in future endeavor. So, finally, let's look at Zaira's achievement. Now, after all the effort from her parents and also the school, Zaira can achieve a lot. So now she have interest in minimal coloring. she can read, she's able to follow simple instruction, she's able to make friends at school and playground. And however, she is still improving on her fine motor skill and also her communication skills. She also show much improvement on her daily living skill, and show more responsibility, and she takes more responsibility. And the most important thing, now she can play along with her little sister with very few episodes of tantrum and meltdown. Thank you.